Imagine a world where the only sound is the wind rustling through the trees, a world where every light, sound, sight, and smell could lead danger right to your doorstep. How would you survive? In the quiet aftermath of a societal collapse, survival isn't just about stockpiling food, water, and other essentials. It's about mastering the art of stealth, of becoming as invisible as possible to avoid detection. This isn't some dystopian thriller, it's a potential reality we must prepare for. Now imagine a world where the hum of electricity is gone, where the only illumination comes from the sun, moon, and stars. The world has become a much larger, quieter place. In this new world, the smallest light, the faintest sound, the slightest movement, the most subtle scent can all be detected from miles away. You see, when society collapses and the world grinds to a halt, silence and darkness become the norm. And in this silence and darkness, every light you shine, every sound you make, every move you make, every scent you emit becomes a beacon, a siren song drawing potential threats right to your doorstep. This is why stealth and avoiding detection are paramount. It's not just about staying out of sight, it's about staying out of mind. It's about being so quiet, so invisible that you become a ghost in your own home, a phantom in your own neighborhood. In the first year following a societal collapse, the less you're seen, the less you're heard, the less you're smelled, the better your chances of survival. It's about laying low, out of sight, out of mind, while the rest of the world battles it out, while the rest of the world starts to die off. Survival is not just about having the right supplies, but also about how you use them. It's about learning to control your light, your sound, your sight, your smell. It's about learning to master the art of stealth. So let's delve into this art of stealth and discuss the 4 critical mistakes that can compromise your safety and give away your location. Light, sound, sight, and smell. Because when it comes to survival, knowledge is power, and understanding these mistakes could be the difference between life and death. In the darkness of a post-collapse world, light becomes a beacon of danger. Picture yourself in the aftermath of societal collapse. The once bustling cities are now ghost towns, and the formerly bright and radiant nights are swallowed by the abyss of darkness. But this darkness, daunting as it may seem, is a survivor's cloak of invisibility. Let's think about light for a moment. In our old world, light was a friend, a beacon guiding us through the night. But now it's no longer our ally. Light, especially at night, can be seen from miles away, piercing the shroud of darkness and revealing your location. Even the tiniest spark, a match, a flashlight, a glowing cigarette, can be a glowing invitation to those who may wish to do you harm or steal your precious resources. The challenge here is not to live in perpetual darkness, but to master the art of what we call light discipline. Light discipline is about understanding and controlling the use of light to avoid detection. This could mean things as simple as avoiding unnecessary use of torches or flashlights. It could mean refraining from lighting a fire when it's not absolutely necessary, or making sure that if you do, it's well concealed. Imagine your shelter, your haven in this world of uncertainty. It's here that you need to ensure no light escapes, no matter how faint. Using blackout curtains or covers can help prevent indoor lights from seeping out into the night. You can also consider the use of low-light or no-light alternatives, such as night vision equipment or even allowing your eyes to naturally adjust to the darkness. But remember, light discipline doesn't mean living in constant darkness. It's about being smart and strategic with your use of light. It's about understanding that the flick of a switch or the strike of a match can be seen for miles in a world devoid of artificial light. Light can be your friend, but in a world of scarcity, it can also be your enemy. Remember, when the sun goes down, it's time for you to retreat to the safety of darkness. This is the art of survival in a post-collapse world, and mastering it might just be the difference between life and death. In a world devoid of the usual hum of activity, every sound becomes a potential alarm bell. Imagine a world where the common noises of life as we know it have ceased, the hustle and bustle of traffic, the distant drone of aircraft, even the everyday chatter of people, all gone. In this silence, the ordinary sounds you make, amplified. A whisper becomes a shout, a footstep echoes like a gunshot. Sound, like light, is a beacon in the stillness. It travels far, cutting through the silence, and can inadvertently reveal your location to those who may not have your best interests at heart. In a post-collapse world, every rustle, every clink, every hum of a generator could be a call out to potential danger. Now consider the sound of a tree falling as you gather firewood, the echo of a gunshot during a hunting expedition. These are not just sounds, they are announcements, broadcasting your presence like a flare in the night sky. So, how do we navigate this silent world? How do we ensure our survival without becoming walking sound alarms? The answer lies in minimizing unnecessary noise. It's about moving quietly, about being aware of the sounds we make and how they can be perceived. Instead of shouting across to someone, perhaps use hand signals or other forms of non-verbal communication. A nod, a wave, a pointed finger, these can all convey meaning without the need for words. And what about those unavoidable sounds, like the chopping of wood or the firing of a gun? Timing and discretion become key. Choose the right moment, when the natural sounds around you can provide some cover. A gust of wind, the rustle of leaves, these can help mask your activities. Remember, in a world shrouded in silence, every sound matters. It's about learning to tread softly, to speak without words, to exist without noise. In a silent world, the smallest sound can be a roar. Stay quiet, stay safe. In a survival scenario, being seen is being vulnerable. Let's delve into the dangers of visibility and the art of staying out of sight. Your visibility in a post-collapse world is a double-edged sword. On one edge, it can lead to potential allies, but on the other, it exposes you to potential threats. Your visibility can give opportunists a new target for resources. Walking around in broad daylight, looking for supplies, trying to trade or barter, or joining survival groups, all of these actions leave you vulnerable to being spotted. Outdoor fires aren't just a beacon of light, they're also a signal of smoke. Smoke can be seen for miles and miles, acting like a flare in the sky, inviting unwanted attention. The harsh reality of survival is that sometimes being seen can mean being dead. So, how do you stay out of sight? The first rule is to avoid unnecessary movement during daylight hours. The sun is not your friend in this scenario. It puts a spotlight on you. Use the night as your cloak and the shadows as your shield. Stay low-key, within the confines of your shelter, away from prying eyes. If you've prepared properly, you should have all the supplies you need to survive without having to venture out regularly. Remember, out of sight, out of mind. Camouflage is also crucial. Blend in with your surroundings, use the environment to your advantage. Be it in the forest, the desert, or the ruins of a city, your best bet is to become one with the environment. In a world where safety is scarce, invisibility becomes your greatest weapon. The less you're seen, the less likely you are to attract danger. It's a game of hide and seek where the stakes couldn't be higher. Remember, the less you're seen, the safer you are. In the first year of survival, staying hidden is not just a strategy, it's a necessity. It's about staying alive, and sometimes the best way to fight is not to be seen at all. Smell is one of the strongest senses, and in a survival scenario, it can be a deadly giveaway. It's a primal instinct, a beacon that can draw unwanted attention from miles away. The aroma of a cooking meal, the scent of smoke from a fire, even the odor of waste can signal your presence to others, potentially compromising your safety. But you can turn this around. Be vigilant about what you cook and when. Opt for foods that produce less aroma, or consider cooking during times when the wind can carry the scent away from populated areas. As for waste, learn the art of composting and burying it effectively to minimize odors. Remember, every detail matters when it comes to surviving in a collapsed society. Controlling the smells you produce is just as important as staying out of sight and keeping quiet. Your survival could depend on your ability to control your environment, and that includes the smells you produce. Surviving in a post-collapse world is about more than just having the right supplies. It's about understanding the dangers of light, sound, sight, and smell. These four elements, if not controlled, can become your worst enemies, revealing your location to potential threats. Light, so crucial in our day-to-day lives, can become a beacon in the night, drawing attention from miles away. Sound, a simple conversation, or the noise of daily activities can carry far in the silence of a collapsed world. Sight, being seen when you should be invisible, can expose you to unnecessary risks. And smell, the scent of your cooking or the stench of waste, can betray your presence. Addressing these four critical mistakes can significantly increase your chances of survival. It's about staying hidden in plain sight, moving silently through the world, and leaving no trace of your existence. Remember, in a world of scarcity, every decision matters. Stay hidden, stay quiet, and stay alive. I'll catch you on the next one.